Ask 100 aspiring day traders why they want to trade, and about 90 of them give you the same two answers. I want to be rich, or give me that Lambo. And look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you those aren't cool things to desire or want. They're not. They're pretty actually dope. But here's the problem. Neither of those is an actual goal. They're both a feeling you're hoping to have someday. There's no date. There's no number. There's no first step for you to take. You cannot wake up tomorrow and take an action that moves you toward rich. So what happens is you sit down at the charts with a vague idea that this is supposed to change your life. You have a red week, and you've got no way to tell whether you're on track or completely lost because you never defined the track. Today, I'm going to show you how to build goals that actually pull you somewhere. Then I'm going to show you my own 10 goals I've set for myself, the real numbers, the real dates as an example of what this looks like when it's actually finished the right way. Let's get into it. Part 1, the two kinds of goals. First thing you have to understand, this is the part almost nobody teaches. There are two completely different kinds of goals, and mixing them up is why people quit. The first kind is a commitment goal. It's something you fully control. Did I journal today? Did I follow any of my rules? Did I stop trading when I hit my daily loss limit? Those are binary. They're set in stone. Yes or no. Nobody else gets a vote. The market has no say on these. The second kind is a destination goal, $25,000 in a live account, a debt paid off, a car in the driveway. You do not control these, you influence them by your commitments. Here's why this matters more than anything else in this video. If you only set destination goals, and most people do, then a losing month feels like a personal failure. Even if your process was perfect, you followed every trade, you took every valid setup, the market just didn't pay you that month. And you sit there feeling like you failed, because the only scoreboard you built was one you do not control. Commitments you keep, destinations you aim at. You need both, but you grade yourself on the commitments. Part 2, the 6 attributes of a goal. So how do you actually write a good goal down to change your life? There's 6 attributes you need to know. Every real good goal has all 6 of these. This concept is not something I made up. It's something I use every day, and I want to introduce you to it. SMART goals. SMART is an acronym, and it stands for this. Specific is the S. Say exactly what you're going to do. Get better at trading is not specific. Trade only my one setup is. Measurable, the M in SMART. There has to be a number or a checkbox. If you can't tell me at the end of the week whether you hit it, it isn't a goal, it's a mood. Attainable, the A in SMART. Reachable with the time and skill you actually have right now, not the version of you that exists in your head in the future. Relevant, the R. It has to connect to something you genuinely care about. If it doesn't, you'll drop it in 3 weeks and you'll be confused about why. The T in SMART. Time bound, a hard date, not eventually, a date on the calendar you could circle. It's controllable. Focus on your actions, not outside results, and this is the one people skip. Let me show you what this does. Watch a bad goal turn into a real one. I want to be rich. That's the dream goal, right? What does rich mean to you? Not to anybody else in the world. What does rich mean to you? What specifically changes in your life if you accomplish rich? Maybe it means you're not commuting anymore to your job. Maybe it means your partner can stop working. Maybe it means your parents can retire. Say it's income replacement. That's what your goal is. Now, $5,000 a month, 12 months in a row by December of 2027 is a good goal. That's the same dream, but now it's specific, measurable, dated, and you can tell me on any given Friday whether you're ahead or behind on this goal. Same thing with the Lambo. Ask what the car actually represents. 9 times out of 10, it's not the actual car. It's proof to yourself that you did something hard and were successful. And there's almost always a cheaper, closer, more useful version of that proof sitting between you and the Lambo. Part 3, how to find your goals. 5 steps to find your own. Audit your life, your health, your work, your relationships, and money. Where does it actually hurt? That's where your real goals are hiding, not in a YouTube comment section. Match your values. Write down your top 3. If your goals don't feed those 3 values, you will quit, and it won't be a discipline problem at all. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 to start with. 10 goals on day 1 is how you get to 0 goals by March. Write them down on paper, somewhere you'll see them. This sounds soft, it isn't. Unwritten goals are just intentions. Break them down. Every big goal becomes a weekly action. If you can't name the thing you're doing this week, the goal is not finished yet. Before I show you my 10 goals, there's one thing I want to explain to you, because it's the actual reason most people's goals die. It's not that they picked bad goals, it's week 3. You write goals down, you're serious about it, and then Tuesday you take a trade outside your setup and nobody sees it. Wednesday you skip the journal because you were tired and nobody sees that either. By week 3, you've quietly stopped all your goals. And the thing that's strange is you can't point to the moment you quit. There wasn't one. It was a slow and gradual thing you did. That's not a discipline problem. That's a witness problem. You need accountability. A commitment goal only works if somebody knows whether you kept it or not. That's the whole mechanism of the goal. It's why people who train alone plateau and people with a training partner don't. Same program, same effort, completely different follow through. So that's what the Discord actually is for. Sunday, we go through the week ahead and people bring what they committed to and whether they held it or not. Monday to Friday, I trade the New York session live. Any day, you can post your journal or your risk cap or the setup you almost took and didn't, and somebody can actually see it. Not to congratulate you, to notice when you stop or to help you stay accountable. I don't post signals. I'm not telling anyone what to buy. And the goals I'm about to show you aren't a template you're supposed to copy. It's paid. The link's in the description. You can absolutely do this with the notebook by yourself. Most people just don't. And week 3 is where you find that out. Okay, here are my 10 goals. Part 4, my 10 goals I've put for myself. All right. Here are mine, real numbers and real dates. I'm showing you these as an example of the finished product, not as a template for you to copy. Your numbers will be different because your life is different than mine. Copy the structure, the SMART goal aspect, not the actual figures on the screen. I have 4 phases I conquered these goals: the anchor, the edge, the output, the destination. Phase 1, the anchor. These are my commitment goals. I control them completely. The first goal, daily pre-market devotional, 15 minutes of scripture and reflection before I open a single chart, tracked on a morning checklist, 95% consistency over 90 days. For me, that's a spiritual goal. I really care about my relationship with the Lord, and it matters a lot to me. It's what keeps me patient and out of compulsive trades. If you're not religious, this slot still exists in your day. It's what gets your head right before the open. Don't skip the slot. Goal 2, daily post-session journaling. Every trade is documented. All my entries, my exits, my screenshots, my mistakes, my emotional state during the trade, binary check mark, done or not done. 10 minutes right after the close, 100% for 30 straight sessions. Phase 2, this is my edge phase. These are still commitments, still fully in my control, okay? Number 3, single strategy, strict compliance. I take my setup and only my setup when every criteria is met. 0% strategy hopping in my journal, 60 trading days locked in on one strategy. Practically, that means charts off when my window closes. Goal number 4, maximum daily risk cap. 1 to 2% or $90 is where I'm sitting at right now. Daily loss limit. And I'll walk the second it hits my daily loss limit. Auto liquidate limits set in the platform so it isn't willpower decision. 0 breaches for the entire quarter. Goal number 5, weekly back testing hours. 3 hours a week replaying historical data on my strategy, broken into 3 1-hour sessions, 6 months of this. Phase number 3 is the output phase. Now we cross the line from just the commitments like the destination type goals. Everything from here is a destination. I'm aiming at these. I don't control them. Goal number 6, fund a $25,000 live account, verified live capital, target 4 to 6 months. Goal number 7, $5,000 a month, 12 consecutive months, not one good month. 12. The number matters less than the word consecutive. That's the one that proves it wasn't luck. Goal number 8, pay off $50,000 of debt. Principal, 12 to 18 months is the goal. And I want to be precise here. That gets funded by trading profits and income from everything else I do, not trading alone. Removing that debt matters because carrying it makes you trade scared, and scared traders take bad trades. Phase 4 is the destination. Goal number 9, both incomes replaced. No 9 to 5 for me, and my wife has the option to stop working and be home with our kids. Measured concretely, a 6-month household emergency fund in place, plus her monthly take home matched by consistent trading distributions. This hopefully will take 18 to 24 months. I want to be careful with the wording on this one. It's option, not an obligation for her. The goal is she has a choice. Goal number 10, the family fund. I would love to have like cash for my wife's dream car, a Toyota Sequoia Capstone. I would love to get her that car. This is hopefully within 3 years. I would also love to have $100,000 saved up, maybe to buy a home, maybe to pay for a rental property for a year, but we can move in potentially to an amazing home that is like our dream home we don't have to worry about. That's in the next 3 to 4 years is one of my goals. This is both after the debt is gone. I'm not trading one kind of debt for another. Now, before I get to the last part, I want to actually do this with you. I want you to drop 2 goals in the comments, okay? 2. One goal needs to be a commitment goal, something you fully control, journaling, risk cap, one strategy, whatever it is for you. And the other one is a destination goal, where you actually want this to take you, the real one, not the Lambo one. Write them down the way I showed you, specific, measurable, with a real date on it. And then in the comments, I'll go and grade them. I'll tell you straight whether it's a real goal or just a wish and you need to kind of a little bit more. And if it's missing something, I'll tell you which of the 6 attributes it's missing so you can go fix that and actually apply it to yourself. I'll get through as many of these as I possibly can. The more specific yours is, the more useful I can actually be for you. Part 5, this is the honest part. Now, the part I'd want somebody to tell me if I had to start all over again. Those numbers are mine. They're built on my expenses, my wife's income, my debt, and my years of screen time I've already put on the charts. If you're 3 months in and you write down $25,000 in 4 months, you haven't set a goal, you've set yourself up for failure. And here's the thing I need you to actually hear. Most people who attempt to day trade lose money. Writing down better goals won't fix that. It just means that when the things aren't working, you can tell why. So grade yourself on phase 1 and 2. Those are the ones you control. If you journal every session, hold your risk cap, and stay on one strategy for 60 days, you have been successful. Full stop, even if the money hasn't shown up yet. And realistically, don't expect it to. Phase 3 and 4 are where you're pointed at, right? This is why you're starting this journey. They're not how you measure whether you've been successful or not yet. 2 places to go from here. First, if the future side of this went over your head and you don't quite understand futures trading, go watch What is Future Trading before you do anything else. It's one of our videos on our YouTube channel. Second, the next video, I'm covering the rules to set as a day trader, and these 2 go together directly. Subscribe so you catch it. See you in the next video.